my name is Shirley Smaneem, and let's just talk about life. So currently, I'm 16 years old, and I'm about to be an incoming junior, and honestly, I'm a little bit scared, to be honest. I feel like this summer has been just so crazy, and it's been full with so much opportunities, which I'm very grateful for, but I've been growing so many projects. Like, I started Project DermYouth, which is right now a nonprofit organization, but in the very roots of the organization, it was initially a podcast I started in, I think, 8th grade of summer or 7th grade summer. I think it was 8th grade, but it's like, we started as like a podcast on Spotify, and at the time I had no idea what was podcasting, and honestly I was just I think I was a tween who was just kind of insecure about her skin and had no one to talk about it. Just because growing up, like, my parents were always a little bit like, acne's kind of an insecurity. Like, they've always treated it as something that's like a little bit like a disability in a way, but it's really not. Like, it's something that's like an imperfection, when in reality I feel like it doesn't impact any way how I feel about myself now in the status quo, but I feel like when I was younger it definitely did. But right now I'm building Project DermYouth into a really big organization, and I hope to build a lot of chapters for it. So a little bit about Project DermYouth. So it is a 501c nonprofit, and what we do is we are trying to normalize imperfect skin. That's like basically the general gist of it, when there's a lot of subparts to it. For example, a lot of it is just normalizing skin conditions, whereas for generations we've been covering these conditions up with makeup, right? Like, the makeup industry has made and profited billions of dollars. Correct me, yeah. And for covering up and concealing our acne scars and for acne and eczema, when in reality it's like we haven't even been learning about it, right? Like, it's more important to learn about your condition and embrace it rather than conceal it up. And there's nothing wrong with makeup, but it's like, it's kind of sad when you're having to cover yourself up and you have no idea what your skin condition is, and you have no one to talk about it. And that's the reality for so many teens, because right now, like, how many teens have dermatologists? Like, I have a dermatologist because, well, I really wanted to fix my skin, and right now that's not possible, right? But so many teenagers don't have a dermatologist, and that's why I wanted to create Project DermYouth as an organization that normalizes this together. Like, for example, I've met so many girls that struggle with their skin as well, and I feel like I've got so much comfort out of that, right? Like, I've made so many friends out of this organization just because we're just comfort bonding about the same thing, and I feel like that's just so sweet to see. As well as, like, we're trying to raise money for free skincare kits that we can provide to low-income communities, especially like in countries such as third world countries don't have access to skincare, and I feel like that's just not a priority, and it's kind of sad because obviously skin cancer exists. Like, that's something that, like, it's still there. So I hope to definitely increase and fundraise more money for Project DermYouth, because I really think that we can impact more people with that. And as of right now, we're working with doctors to see if we can get CeraVe products and then almost like give that back to the community and stuff, especially even in like the dang it, I got cut off. But anyways, in like local, like the Dallas area, there's still homeless people. There's still women's shelters that definitely still need help, especially just because you're low income or just because you can't afford sunscreen doesn't mean you have to have skin. Like, that's sad. You can't afford sunscreen. And sunscreen's still very important, especially in today's climate. Like, right now it's very sunny and it's summertime. And especially, like, I think it's a common misconception that, like, sun equals like you have to wear sunscreen, but like if it's cloudy, even that's a myth. Like, you need sunscreen all the time. But so that's a little bit about Project DermYouth and what's going on. And now one of my other recent projects is this is really important to me. I think it makes me like very emotional to think about a little bit. I feel like I'm just over exaggerating this, but it's really important to me. So I like randomly applied to this, like on LinkedIn, to this entrepreneurship program, which is with Kevin Harrington, one of the sharks from Shark Tank. So I like pitched like an idea I mapped out when I was really hurt. So I came from like a debate tournament. Like I do speech and debate, and it was a tournament where I had kind of like an iffy judge that said that my piece would have been better without that thing on my head. And obviously I was a little bit like going through stages. Like I was like, while he was saying that, I was like processing, is he really saying that to me in the Big 26? And then I was just like bawling my eyes out to my dad, and like it was a long car ride because the tournament was like, let's say like an hour away, and I was bawling my eyes out to my dad, and I was like what? I was promised a reality that everyone likes me for my hijab, and diversity is there, especially with rising ideas of diversity and inclusion, and I'm being said that like, oh, my hijab is just kind of withholding me back, and it was just so heartbreaking because I've been doing hijab for the past like 3 years, and I've always thought like, hey, this is something that everyone will like, and I know that's really stupid to think, and it makes me feel a little bit sad to admit, and now it's just like, wow. Anyways, that same exact night, like, I was low-key like, Shirley's, you can't, like, hold your tears for this. This is not worth crying about. Like, you can't cry every single time somebody says something about you, because it's normal. Like, I feel like it's sad that it's normal right now, right? And, like, nothing's gonna change, right? But it's like, what if I made that change, right? So, that exact day, like, me and, like, my dad, we mapped out a business plan. Basically, a hijabi doll business. So, it's supposed to be a line of dolls with, like, professional wear. Like, whether it's a doctor coat, a lab coat, a suit. Like, when you search up hijabi with a suit, barely anything pops up. Hijabi doll with a suit? Yeah, nothing pops up. Professional hijabi doll? Nothing pops up. What do you mean doll businesses don't want to see me in a suit? That's what I wear almost every single day during school season. Because of speech and debate, I'm always either in scrubs or in a suit. And what do you mean no doll company wants to see a hijabi wearing that? What do you mean I'm not accepted? Hello? Anyways, enough about my crash out. But yeah, so basically I pitched the doll idea to the Harrington Foundation, and they loved it, and I'm in their cohort. Cool. Anyways, so right now we've been creating prototypes, and I've been creating the name, and it's just so exciting. So basically the name, envision it, because I wanted it to be something really easy to understand. So it's just called hijab doll. Hijab, each of the letters stand for something. So H stands for heroic. I stands for intelligent. J stands for judicious. A stands for ambitious. And B stands for bold. So it's obviously like, I see this vision. I see it so hard. And honestly, here, my time's about to go. So we're gonna have to film a new clip. Bye, guys. Okay, so a little bit about my business. So right now, obviously, I can't come up with the whole entire line of dolls and create CEOs and athletes and doctors and a whole hospital full of hijabis. Like, I can't do that right now. But our first doll, drum roll please, I just came up with this today, is a hijabi CEO. And you know her name? Drum roll please. She's named after the first Muslim entrepreneur and CEO, Khadija, which is so awesome. So a little bit of background information. So the first Muslim entrepreneur, the very first Muslim entrepreneur, was a Muslim girl. She was a female, guys. See, we were the first feminist Islam religion, obviously. But I feel like that did not make sense. Anyways, but yeah, her name is Khadija, and she is a girl just like me, with a skirt suit on and a colorful hijab, just like how I dress, which is so fun, because it's like, wow, you have a doll that looks like you. I don't see that. All the hijabi dolls are like abaya wearing, and I wear abayas, sure, I do. But I don't wear it always. I don't wear it to speech and debate. I don't wear it at school. I don't wear it outside regularly. That doesn't represent me or the other girls that are living in the US, right? Like, I feel like it's so not realistic seeing, and I feel like it's important to see hijabi girls as professionals. I feel like I should be accepted in professional spaces wearing my hijab. So this is where it comes in, because it's so important for younger girls to imagine themselves in professional fields, because their hijab shouldn't withhold them back. Their hijab doesn't make them any different. I feel like that's so important to emphasize. So yeah, there's our Khadija CEO doll. I feel like I don't know what exactly to do. Like, I feel like the vision is her in some type of STEM area. I love STEM. I think we should support girls in STEM. That's like a whole issue, and I feel like as a girl who wants to go into STEM, I think it's really important for our field to be more accepted, and it should be more inclusive, and I feel like this is so a path to that. So yeah, that's been great. If you can't tell, my mind has like 700 tabs, obviously. Like, my brain has like a lot of tabs. What else? Oh my god, I have a book talk account, and it's trending on TikTok, and I'm living like my 13-year-old self-stream right now. Currently, actually, I am like, you don't understand. I used to do like slideshows like on Google Slides. Let me try to pull them up so I can show them. Okay, yeah. Sorry, like a notification popped up. But yeah, this is so fun. This is like me on FaceTime with my friend. So let me show y'all. It was so embarrassing. Like, it was so embarrassing. Like, I can't even lie. So I feel like if we reach a certain following, I'll show it. But as of right now, I can just show y'all the title. Yeah. Let me like block this. Let me show you. So here it is. Yeah, y'all see that? So y'all saw that, right? So there's a list, and it goes on and on. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. And also, I have a lot of bookshelves. I have two. I have one here and here. But it's super fun, and I feel like I would love to do big booktube videos here. I don't know. Is it book talk or booktube here? I don't know. I feel like this has been just so fun on my side. Like, this must be boring someone out, but honestly, my goal of creating this channel is to inspire at least one teenager, because I don't know, a lot of my hijabi friends are like, oh, this is something to hold me back, or this is something that, like, I can't do a lot of things because I'm a hijabi. Like, I have friends who always question me when I'm like, oh, I just went swimming. They're like, how are you going like, I can do everything, guys. Like, come on. Anyways, but yeah, with the book talk account, I feel like I love that. I feel like I'm expressing so much of myself. I've been having a light bulb moment. Oh my god. My book talk account, a lot of it talks about L. Kennedy and stuff. And literally during my meetings for one of my internships, we are observing like TV shows and media, and we were talking about off campus, and it was just so fun to talk about. Like, it was just such a full circle moment that I don't think 12-year-old me would have 14 or 15-year-old me would not believe. Like, I read off campus like as like an accident, I fear, like on a library PDF. Unfortunately, like, I didn't have Wattpad, I had off campus, and genuinely, like, it has kind of changed my way of thinking a little bit. Here, wait, let me show you my series. So that's my off-campus series. Dude, I'm so mad I didn't get Briar U. My parents were like, you can get it later. And I didn't end up getting it later. Anyways, grateful I have off-campus, because now they're going out for so much. When I bought them, I think they were like $50, I'm assuming, yeah. I bought it with my own money. So I was tutoring last year for speech and debate, and it was fun. It was like low-key easy money. But like now I feel like I had so much fun now thinking back. But when I actually did it, it was so hard to get the kids to do things. But it was still fun. Yeah. Anyways, this has been so fun. I feel like I'm just such a big yap-a-thoner. Like, this is gonna be the 30-minute video. Okay, somebody actually has to shut me up. Because what was that? Anyways, I feel like there's gonna be so many vlogs. We're gonna have an SAT vlog. Why are we mentioning the Sorry, College Board just emailed me. Oh God. Anyways, yeah, we can do SAT vlogs, we can do book talk vlogs, we can do PDY working, how to make nonprofits, we can do nonprofit work. I hate saying nonprofit work. Like, I feel like that makes me sound like I'm like donating some like skincare products to Malawi. I feel like that'd be so fun, going to third world countries and just giving those out. Like, I feel like that's such a far-fetched idea, but I feel like I have to make it work. Yeah. And I also want to add like pads. This is really weird, but I feel like these girls do not have like efficient like period things. Like oh my God. Sometimes I think like I know this is really unhinged, but I feel like if men had periods, we'd provide free menstrual products. Like, I feel like that's just something like that disappoints me a lot, and I feel like period poverty exists. And I don't know, I feel like that's something that I also want to do, but it doesn't align with Project DermYouth, but it doesn't matter. Like, creating change shouldn't be something that's like revolving around like change. Like, if somebody needs help, I'm gonna help them. But yeah. Anyways, I feel like I just want to do nostalgic vlogs. Like, I feel like we are missing the YouTube. Like, when I was younger, I used to do YouTube videos, which is really funny. Like, nobody would watch them. And it was like low-key embarrassing. But like I feel like if we can bring that energy back, it'd be so fun. But yeah. Anyways. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching the entire video. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised how y'all did that. Props to y'all. Anyways, we will come back with a lot more cooler videos because I feel like this was just me talking on FaceTime with you guys, which was really fun. But yeah, until next time, bye guys!